It was a place of barrenness. It was a place of desolation. It was a low place. But God noticed him in a low place. Don't ever think that you can get so low that God doesn't know how to reach you. God knew exactly where Mephibosheth was, a man who was feeling forgotten, forsaken, desolate, barren. He's in a parched place, in a low place. And some of you might have grown up in Lodabar, a place that God brought you out of, and you may not necessarily want to go back. And if you do want to go back, you want to go back and help those who were in the same place where you were. Your Lodabar might be a place that you might call the hood. It might have been a place where you got high, where you got addicted to something. It might have been a place and you felt that there's no good thing here, that there's no place for me able to grow. There's no place for me to be able to spread my wings. You know what your own Lodabar is. Where there's no pasture, there's no word, there is no thing, nothing in that place. What is your Lodabar? I just want you to think about that and think about some other people that you might know who are living in Lodabar. A place of desolation, a place of isolation, a place of barrenness. But I want to show you a different perspective, because it's not about where you are. You see, your outlook is determined on what you look out from. Your outlook determines your outcome. And you can have two people in the same low place, the same Lodabar, the same place of barrenness, parchness, desolation, and they see the place as a different experience. Because in Genesis chapter 28, someone else was in the same place like Lodabar. It was actually Jacob, who was in Beersheba on his way to a place called Haran. The word Haran means dry, parched, barren. It's the same place as Lodabar. And he had an experience there in his Lodabar place. Jacob went through his own season of barrenness, and in that place called Haran, that's where he actually, on his way out there in the wilderness, in the desert, he found a place and found the back door to heaven and had a visitation of the Lord. And then you'll discover in Genesis chapter 28, verse 16 and 17, notice what he said. Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. And then notice what he said. And he was afraid and said, how awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of God, Bethel. And this is the gate of heaven. He said, I have found the back door to heaven. Now, where is he? He's in Lodabar. He's in Haran. He's in a dry, barren wilderness place. And he says, listen, I'm in this place of desolation and barrenness, and I didn't know that God was here. I know that you might feel that in your own depression, in your own sickness, in your own darkness, in your own isolation, in your own ostracization, that God may not be there, and you might be feeling that you are God forsaken, and you're wondering, where is God? Where is God while all of this crazy is going loose in my family? Where is God while all of this is happening in our government, in our economy? Where in the world is God? And there he says he had this dream. God had to put him to sleep so that he wouldn't be seen with the natural eyes, because faith, is about walking by the revelation of God and not walking by your eyesight. We walk by faith and not by sight. So God had to close his eyes, and then he opened his spiritual eyes, and he said, I did not know. He said, surely God is in this place, and I didn't know it. Could it be that where you are right now is not ideal by a long shot? But if you ever get a God perspective, if you ever bow your knee, if you ever close your natural eyes, that maybe God can open your spiritual eyes and God can allow you to see, surely I am in this place with you. I come into your sick room with you. I come into your divorce situation with you. I come into your bankruptcy. I come into your empty table, your empty house, your empty bed. Surely the Lord, my God, who am I talking to in this place? If God is with me and I didn't know it, I didn't know it. And once he got the revelation that God was with him in a barren place, in a dry place, in a parched place, he said, this place is awesome. My, how God can shift your perspective. I tell you, God can come into your car when you're in it all by yourself, talking to Jesus. My, anybody ever been there in your kitchen, washing dishes, doing the laundry, and all of a sudden the glory of God swoops down and this place is awesome. Surely God is in this place. I didn't know it. I did not know it. Maybe God is right there into something that looks like it's a big mess, and you wonder, how is he going to get me out of this? How's he going to, restore my household? How's he going to redeem my children? How's he going to restore my marriage? How's he going to heal my mind and my emotions? How's he going to fix the trauma that I have been through in my life? But if you ever get a revelation of Jesus and to realize, because when he closed his eyes, he saw a ladder coming down from heaven to the earth. And it was God's way of saying, I'm always within reach. I'll give you a ladder. And he saw angels ascending and descending, going up and down. That I've got them. These are angels. These are messengers that are going up and down. And every time you bow your knee, there's a messenger that's going up and taking it back to heaven. And then God is sending something back down to the earth. And whenever you realize that I have reached that place in the realm of the spirit, it's not a location where you can find it at 285 and I-20. But I declare to you that this is a location in the realm of the spirit where if you can find the place where the messengers of God that come from Jesus are coming down to the earth and taking things back and bringing the resources of heaven and bringing it, and then peace can fill your heart and you haven't even left the place where you are. God can sanctify where you are without you ever walking out of the room. He can. And so this is why I say that when you can't get out of your current situation, let God in it. When you can't get out of your current situation, let God in it. Let God in it. Touch somebody, tell them, let God in it. Tell somebody else, let God in it. Let God in it. I know it's a lot on you right now, but let God in it. Let God in it. I feel God in this place today. Let God in it. Let God in it. Let God in it. If you can't get out of it, let God. Yeah. Let God in it. Let him in it. Let him in. Let him in. Knock, knock, let him in. Let me just say to you that when God comes into your situation, he will either bring you comfort in it, or he will bring you development through it, or he will transform your situation altogether. Now that's what will happen when God comes into your situation. He will either bring you comfort in it, he will bring you development through it, or God will transform your situation altogether. He is the ultimate transformer. My God. I am excited about the fact that God can come into your situation and transform it. He can come into a situation without taking you anywhere and bring you comfort in it to where it's all right now. He'll give you peace that passes all understanding. Other folks will see you dealing with stuff and they'll be looking at you scratching their head and say, I don't know how she deals with this. I don't know how he hadn't lost his mind. People, I'm telling you, folks, it's a testimony to Jesus. They say, I don't know how they can be in so much hell right now, going through so much fire, and they're not burned, and their hair is not singed, and they're not smelling like smoke, and they're not cursing God and trying to die. It's because they let God into the situation. They let him into the confusion. They let him into the darkness. They let him into the loneliness. They let him into the